third series for Dot Hack Enemy, Epidemic. It had 2 starter decks as well. This one is Elk, the little weenie boy who was a furry in the first game. Backside, they got rid of those other booster packs and other starter decks there, and went back to the way the first starter decks had it going, where it was just one thing on the left. Spoiler alert, next starter deck is Mia, as you can see here. Nothing special unique about the box, so I'm just going to go ahead and open it. Alright, and the rule book here is Mia. Maybe I should open with her first. And for Legend of the Twilight, that's the name of the book. That was the name of the manga. Which, speaking of which, I do have it right here. I actually have all 3. 1, 2, and 3. National bestseller. #1 manga in America. Yeah, I'm sure it was. I remember getting these when they first came out many moons ago. I can tell you right now, they were pretty disappointing, which is a reoccurring theme with the TV show and the game, in my opinion. Progressing forward, getting out of the way. Anything new here just from a glance? No, it does have this new thing here I mentioned before instead of the tournament cards. And nothing else. The playmat, I don't feel like opening it, but I already did take a look. It's the same. And the cards, starting with Elk. That's actually, is that a different pose? No. Yeah, it is a different pose. It looks less crappy. Go ahead and open that. Do. And the cards in this deck. Elk 2.0. He could use a personality upgrade, so that will make more sense. Monster, Monster, Monster. Huckleberry King, wasn't that in the first starter deck? No, whatever, I don't want to go through that. Oh, look at that Elk. Elk and Elk. 2 Elks. Elk and Elk 2.0. Let's see, Monsters, this character again, Crest, Mushroom King. Looks like these are repeats from the other starter decks, as opposed to cards from the Epidemic Booster Pack series. Maybe it is. Tim 2.0, okay. Maybe it is, but I don't think it is. I have to look at the checklist. I wish there was a checklist in the rulebook, but they don't want to give you that because they want to make things difficult. There's a lot of lack of characters in this. By a lot of lack of characters, I mean there's only Crest and Tim, which there he is again. And Nikolsky, whatever. But that's pretty disappointing. There's a lack of characters in here, specifically characters from the game, not just the NPC characters. Well, for a Wavemaster deck, I'm not surprised. There's not much going on. Wavemasters were probably one of the worst character types in that game because in the PS2 game, they will cast their abilities and then run and try to melee the enemy instead of standing back and casting abilities. I had no idea why they did that, and it was the most infuriating thing possible. And there were some levels where you had to take a Wavemaster with you. So you had to constantly slow down the game just to stop, go through the menu, have them attack with their abilities, and do it over and over again because they would just rush to melee the enemy and then instantly die from one hit.